a little while since I actually sat down and recorded something. It's been like at least a few weeks. That video that I uploaded a few days ago, the ASMR one, I filmed a couple of weeks ago. Just been so, I don't know, just sluggish, and I just couldn't be bothered to do anything. And that's kind of what I'm going to talk about for a minute. So there's a big thing where I think people kind of feel pressured to be productive while we're, on lockdown. It's a weird situation. It's a situation that none of us have ever been in before. Like people might have to kind of self-isolate for their own reasons, but the entire world having to do it is definitely new. So it feels very weird. But there is a lot of pressure, I think, for people to spend their time off, or kind of their time while they're not going to work, productively. And it's really not great. Like this kind of pressure, like this mindset where if you're not working, you have to be really productive. Like I've seen people saying that they literally feel miserable, like they feel worthless because they're not being productive, and that sucks. Like that shouldn't happen. I get that some people like this is extra time that you wouldn't usually have off, like you get to do stuff at home that you wouldn't usually do, and you kind of, if you would be working anyway, why not put the time in to kind of do something productive while you're not working? But the thing is, it's a weird situation. It's weird on everyone's mental health. Like, I just feel like it's just not a very good thing to spread, to be like, you have to be productive. Like, you have to spend all of your time not working, being super productive and getting loads done. It just doesn't work. Like, I am still working at the moment. I work from home anyway, so for me, nothing has really changed. And even for me, I still feel like everything's different. It's really weird, like, because the whole world just feels off balance at the moment, even though literally nothing has changed for me. Like, the only thing I usually do out of the house is occasional book clubs or whatever. So nothing much has changed. But it still feels weird, and it's still kind of taking its toll on my kind of motivation and productivity, and I think it is for everyone. Like, it's such a stressful time that we're going through. Having that pressure to be productive and be active and get loads done and kind of tick everything off your to-do list while you're at home, it's just way too much pressure, and nobody needs that pressure. Nobody needs it. On the flip side, for some reason, I feel super productive today. Which is ironic. I think this is the first day in I don't even know how long that I felt super productive. And once I finish this, I feel really kind of motivated to get my work done really quickly, because that's something that I've been struggling with recently as well, is it's taking me so long to get any work done because I just keep getting distracted. I have no motivation to do anything. And it's taking me until like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night for me to actually finish work, which isn't good. It's really not good for kind of separating work and life. But today is the first day in ages where I actually feel motivated to kind of get my work done really quickly. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, really, I just wanted to say, if you're one of those people that is feeling pressured to get stuff done and pressured to feel motivated, you don't have to. Please don't stress yourself out. It's not worth it. I've seen people getting really down because they're not being productive, and it's just, it doesn't matter at the moment. It's this weird blip in time that's gonna pass at some point. I know nothing's gonna kind of be the same for a while. It's gonna affect so many things, but in a while, in a couple of years or something, we're just gonna see this as a weird sort of blip in time that we will kind of remember. But you don't want to stress yourself out over it. Like, if you are being productive, then great. If you're getting loads done, then that's amazing, well done. But if you're feeling pressure to be productive, you just want to have fun, you just want to read books or watch Netflix, just do it. It's fine, you're okay, just do it. Ignore all the people who say that you're lazy, you're not. This is just a crazy time we're going through. So I'm gonna stop rambling. This is kind of a weird two-part video. I just wanted to get everything in one video rather than uploading like tons of tiny ones. So I guess this kind of relates to it, but a lot of looking after yourself is to do with like self-care. And there are people talking right outside my front door. That's annoying. Yeah, so a lot of looking after yourself is to do with self-care. And some of my friends have created the Shelf Help Readathon. I love a good pun. It's running from this Saturday until 2 weeks' time, like Saturday in 2 weeks. And yeah, it's going to be really fun. They've set kind of a list of prompts and things to kind of follow for the books you can read in 2 weeks. There are 5 prompts. I've picked 6 books. I will explain. I will put their links and things in the description if you're interested in finding out about it. But I will put the prompts up on the screen now so you can see what they are. And then I'm quickly going to take you through my TBR for this readathon. So let's go. So the first prompt is read a book that you kept almost donating. So for me, this one is Am I Normal Yet? Let me hold it properly. So this one for me is Am I Normal Yet? By Holly Bourne. I've never been that interested in this. The only reason I bought it was because Holly Bourne was at Yalc, like last year before maybe, and it might have even been the first year I went, because I remember I just went crazy and bought loads of books by the authors that were attending just so I could get them all signed. That's something I learned not to do. And yeah, I just kind of bought this second hand so I could get Holly Bourne to sign it. I realised I was just not that interested in reading it, but then I realised that I don't know if I can donate it because it's got my name signed in it. So I've kept it for that reason until I can figure out what to do with it. So I might actually give this a go now, because I have seen a lot of people saying that they love these books. So I'm going to give it a go, because why not? I think it's going to be quite an easy read, just like a contemporary YA. The second one is a book that's been on your TBR for the longest. So this is one that I don't know why I haven't read it yet. I own all of the author's books, like every single one of them, and I've only read one. This was the first one that I had of her books, and it's Beautiful Broken Things by Sarah Bonad. Again, she's another one that I've met at Yalc a couple of times. I can't remember if I got this one signed. I don't think I did. Oh, I did. I did. Yeah, I haven't read this yet, and people say that they really adore it. I know Jazz, who is one of the people running this readathon, told me that she really loves it. So the only book I've read by Sarah Bonad is A Quiet Kind of Thunder, and I loved it. Like, I really loved it. I think I got it as a present for a friend as well at one point. But I haven't read any of the rest of her books, even though I own literally every single one of them. So this is going to be my book that has been on my TBR for the longest. I have so many books on my shelf that have all been on my TBR for the longest, but I had to just pick one, and this is one that I remember having on my shelf for like years, like a few years now. I think my mum got it for Christmas for me a few years ago. Still haven't read it, so now is the time. Number 3 is a book you bought just for the cover. So this is one that I have been intending to reread for years now. I read this so many years ago. I don't even know when I read it. I was a teenager when I read it, and I loved it for ages. I said it was one of my favourite books, but now I literally cannot remember a single thing about this book. And that is All the Things We Didn't Say by Sarah Shepherd. She is also the writer of the Pretty Little Liars books. I loved this cover when I bought it as a teenager. Like, I was obsessed with this cover. I think I actually had it displayed like outwards like this on my shelf for ages because I loved the cover so much. I think it's probably included in a blog post I did about like beautiful book covers as well. I was obsessed with this cover. Like, it is quite pretty, but now I've seen so many covers that I just like more. But yeah, I bought this years ago for the cover because I was clearly very superficial. But yeah, I literally cannot remember a single thing about this book. So it's going to be really interesting to reread this and see if I love it as much as I did as a teenager, and see if I can actually remember anything like as I read it. It's going to be really interesting. The next one is read a book you started but never finished. I have two for this because I have two books that I was kind of halfway through, maybe even more than halfway through, and I just got distracted and never ended up finishing them. This year has been really funny for me because I've read so many books already. I think I've read like 40 books this year, but so many of them have been short ones like Jacqueline Wilson or A Series of Unfortunate Events. But I still counted them because they're still books. But when it comes to a lot of other books, I've been kind of starting books and then not finishing them. So I have two that I was halfway through, and I'd love to try and finish both of them so I can get them off my TBR. So the first one is Cersei by Madeline Miller. As you can see, I'm like roughly halfway through this book. I don't know why I didn't finish it. Like, I was enjoying it. I wasn't like disliking it or anything, but I just put it down and then never went back to it. So like, it was a bit weird because I don't know anything about Greek mythology. Like, I mean, I know more now than I did. Was I not in focus for all of that? If I wasn't, I'm sorry. Yeah, I started reading this in like January, and I just didn't pick it back up and finish it. I read 184 pages. I've even stopped like mid-chapter, and I never do that, so I don't really understand why. But yeah, I'd love to try and finish this just because it's been on my TBR. Not even on my TBR, it's been on my currently reading for like 5 months. So this needs to get off my TBR and I need to finish it. And then the other one that I started ages ago, and I didn't even put it on my Goodreads to say I was kind of starting it. Like, I don't know why. I think I read like at least a few chapters of it, is The Paper and Heart Society by Lucy Parry. I, again, just kind of got distracted, started it, and then didn't finish. So I definitely need to carry on with this. I actually think I maybe started it before Yalc last year. Was it that long ago? It can't be. Because Lucy Parry was going to be at Yalc, or she was at Yalc, and I took this book. I don't think I actually got her to sign it for some reason. But yeah, I think I tried to read it before Yalc, and then I just ended up not finishing it. I don't know why. Very mysterious. So this is definitely one that I want to try and read. And again, I think this is going to be a really quick, easy read because it's sort of like young YA, I think. So should be a quick read. And then the final prompt is the shortest book on your TBR. I've picked a poetry book for this because it's super short, and it's Somebody Give This Heart a Pen by Sophia Thacker. I don't know how you say her surname, I'm sorry. This is like 100 pages, I think. It's super short. 106 pages or something like that, 107. A poetry book I thought could be something different because I'm reading a lot of fiction. So I thought a poetry book could be something a bit different, and it should be quite a quick read as well. I might just kind of read a little bit each day, maybe. So there you go. That's my TBR for the Shelf Help Readathon. If you're interested in taking part, then please do. Like I said, I'll link to everyone's channels or blogs in the description below. There's Sophie and Sarah at The Little Contemporary Corner, Jazz at Travels in Fiction, and Sian at Caffeine and Commas. They're all running this readathon together, and it's very exciting. A lot of people seem to be taking part in it, so that's really cool. And yeah, I'm excited to see if I can actually get through that many books in 2 weeks. Let's see, I don't know. I haven't read that much in 2 weeks in ages. So it's going to be interesting to see if I can get through them all. I will keep you updated. I might potentially vlog it, I'm not sure. I don't know, let's see. So I need to do some work. I'm determined to make this day super productive. It's like 20 to 11 in the morning, and I've already done so much today, so I want to try and fly through my work and then maybe spend this afternoon or this evening like doing loads of blog stuff and trying to be productive. But as I said at the beginning, if you're not feeling very productive at the moment, don't worry. It'll come back. It's fine. It's temporary. And it's all going to be fine. I will see you soon with a new video. Bye!